It's my pleasure to welcome Crystal Jones and Carrie Dennis from Camp Sawyerville today, from Sawyerville. St. Paul's has a long and a lengthy relationship with Sawyerville, and I thought it would be the perfect speaker for us today to hear about what's going on there. And Carrie, a child of the church, Crystal roped her in and asked her to come along with me. I first met Crystal. Crystal's husband, Corey, was a year behind me in seminary. And I first met Crystal and Corey at Sewanee when we were in seminary together. And Corey's wonderful, love Corey, but she's got 3 precious children, 2 little boys and a little girl. And we were talking, the little girl was born right before they came to seminary. I mean, as she said, she was not leaving Birmingham until the baby came. So she is now 6 years old. But it is my pleasure to welcome you. I'll go on and start this, and then you can come up. This is a short video about Sawyerville. There.
Welcome 750 campers ages 6 to 13 from Hunt County, and we also have 300 staff members ages 16 and above from around the diocese and the local community. Every day, every camper eats breakfast and lunch, hears a Bible story, creates artwork, plays games, and learns to swim. We want to build a lifelong relationship with this community. So our very first program begins at age 5, and we want to continue that all the way as long as possible. And so we love the opportunity for campers, once they age out of camp as a camper, to come back and serve in their community and give back. And so many times when I've talked to local staff, they say one of the main reasons they apply to be on staff is because they want to give back to the camp and the community that helped raise them in the summer.
The Summer Learning Program is a 4-week program that we have for students in Hill County. We have certified teachers who teach them reading, math, science, and character building. By the end of the summer, we were seeing students grow up on average 2.8 reading levels. Their comprehension was expanding, and they were able to read stories and then come back and tell you exactly what the story was. In comparison to at the beginning of the summer, they weren't able to. And so that was such a powerful moment for the students because confidence was boosted. We kept going up on reading levels, and they were able to tell you the story back. You could just see in their eyes of like, I just did something so cool that I haven't been able to do. Jumpstart is a kindergarten boot camp program that we provide in partnership with United Way of West Alabama. For 4 weeks, we teach 18 rising kindergarten students who have not attended preschool. Our program ensures that these students are confident and prepared for kindergarten. I have such a passion for the kids that we work with, and I want to make sure that not only are we just teaching them, this is how you read, this is how you get this math problem, but also that learning is fun, and that there are people who are pushing you and who love you and who want to see you succeed, not just in academics, but also just as a young man and as a young woman.
Sawyerville has a mentoring program, and I was one of the first individuals to be a part of that group. It has helped me very much so in high school as well as going off to college, helping me with resumes and just helping me build my credentials as far as like being a better person and being a better student. If you're a rising junior in high school, it's a great thing to be a part of because it can help you succeed in the next level or whatever your dreams may be. So I currently attend Jacksonville State University, where I'm studying criminal justice with the intention to become a criminal defense attorney. And I received the Leslie Manning Scholarship my freshman and sophomore year of college, and it has helped me to succeed with financial abilities to help me get to the next level and be able to finish college.
Person to Person is a weekend spiritual retreat for high school students, and we talk about the race relations in Alabama back then and now. I feel like coming to Person, coming to Sawyerville period, is just like put me back in a diverse situation where I feel like I'm comfortable with and I feel like I'm at home.
I think that the EJI museum in the downtown area that specifically deals with not slavery's termination but its evolution is very striking, and it was hard to come to terms with the fact that even though I had no control over what my ancestors did, that still affects my life today, and it broke my heart, seeing the full scope and scale of the suffering that African Americans have been subjected to for centuries, and knowing that nothing I can do can ever atone for any of that, but that I have to do my best to at least make things better now. The debriefing conversations that we've been having after each event and site have been actually my favorite part of the whole trip, because it's us sitting down as humans and as Christians and being able to talk about these things in an environment that's positively geared towards that. And really, I think what Person to Person has kind of allowed me to do is it's going to allow me to become more comfortable having these conversations with people and being less afraid of what they might think, because I know now that I owe it to the people that have suffered for centuries to have these conversations to improve things for the future.
I feel so lucky to get to work for Sawyerville because I get to witness these relationships being built generation after generation. I just think that's the most phenomenal thing.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me as part of your Lenten Lunch and Learning series. I am so glad to be with you. My name is Crystal Jones, like you saw on the video. I am the Executive Director of Sawyerville, and I think you guys all recognize Carrie. She grew up here, and she has attended Sawyerville for so long. I'll let her speak in a moment if she would like. But now she is a member of our junior board, and she will be an intern for us for her 3rd year this summer. So I'm very lucky to have her, so thank you for coming also. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Also, side note, I've been sick, and so I will try not to cough. Please be gracious with me. Okay. As most of you know, Sawyerville has been around for a long time, 29 years actually. But what you might not know, and hopefully what you've learned from the video, is that Sawyerville is not just summer camp. It is now 6 programs. And those 6 programs are summer camp, which we've had for a very long time, and summer learning, which runs the same time as summer camp. It is our 4-week summer intensive study in reading and math for rising 1st through 4th grade students. Another program that runs in the summer with our Camp and Learning program is also our newest program, and that is Jumpstart. In partnership with the United Way of West Alabama, the goal of Jumpstart is to help students prepare for kindergarten. And at the end of the program, the students know most of the alphabet, numbers, shapes, and other concepts that help them grow academically. Sawyerville's Person to Person program brings people together from different cultures and backgrounds for a weekend retreat in Montgomery. We create a balance of discussing the challenges of racial differences, both past and present, with interaction and fellowship among the participants. A key part of this time together is when we visit historical sites that mark the civil rights movement. Our mentoring program connects high school juniors and seniors from Hale County with high school graduates and young professionals throughout the diocese to stay connected with one another throughout the year. This program provides opportunities for resume building, college preparation and application, and life skills as they move towards graduation. And lastly, Sawyerville is proud to offer an educational scholarship for former campers and counselors from Hale County in honor of Leslie Manning, who served as the director from 2008 to 2016. So far, this program has helped 26 students in their pursuit for higher education. An important part of everything we do is to incorporate our mission statement in all of our programs. The mission of Sawyerville, a ministry of the Episcopal Diocese of Alabama, is to create opportunities for children and youth in Hale County through free summer programs, mentoring, and scholarships. All of our programs work to serve God, broaden the horizons of participants and staff, improve race relations in Alabama, and enrich the lives of those living in poverty. One of the reasons that I value our mission statement so much is because the goals within it are not boxes that we check. They are always evolving and adapting with the needs of everyone involved. Our goals are not challenges that we complete. Rather, they are guiding and ongoing ways that we live and move together. That is because so much, if not all of the work that Sawyerville does, depends upon relationships. Summer camp creates community and joy, and so does summer learning, which has happened to help your reading score increase while we are doing it. Person to person creates a safe space to teach each other from each of our own experiences and provides common ground for real discussion and interaction. It has been a long time since I applied for college or tried to sign up and study for the ACT, so I'm grateful for our mentoring program simply because it means that our mentees do not have to try and figure these things out on their own. The goals within our mission statement are connected, almost like a circle. We improve race relations in Alabama by broadening the horizons of participants and staff, which then enriches the lives of those living in poverty because we serve God, and over again. One of my favorite things to do is to watch the transformation that happens in all of our programs. Oftentimes, people come down to Hale County because they want to help. They want to give from their abundance to what they assume is a place that needs them. And then they enter into relationship with the campers, the staff, the bus drivers, the mamas and daddies, uncles, aunts, and grandmas. And then all of a sudden, they are not in a one-way transaction. All of a sudden, people know each other's names, what city they are from, and what their favorite game to play is. They've entered into relationship, and they actually begin to love each other, as Bishop Michael Curry has been teaching us. If it is not about love, it is not about God. Sawyerville teaches us a lot about love and how to love one another as good neighbors. So in that sense, Sawyerville is God. Like I said on the video, I think I just am so lucky and blessed to have this position and to build these relationships with not only the community in Hale County, but with all of the communities in this diocese. And like Amy said, St. Paul's has been such a wonderful supporter over many, many years of Sawyerville. And I'm so thankful for all the support. I think you guys give us snacks and swimsuits, and you bring us food. We love to serve and feed all of the staff at camp all the time. So thank you. From the bottom of my heart, I know that all of the staff and the community over in Sawyerville, thank you for that as well. I think we have just a few more minutes. If you guys would like to have, I'm happy to answer any questions. I'm also happy to put Carrie on the spot. Like I said, she's very involved with Sawyerville now. as well.
Carrie, yeah.
Hey everybody. Like Crystal said, I was raised in St. Paul's and now I'm involved with Sawyerville. I first became involved in 2018 as a high school staff member. I learned about the opportunity at EYC here, so really it all started here. And now I've been interning with Sawyerville for the past 2 summers, and I'm going to intern again this summer. I'm serving on junior board and a new person-to-person fellowship that we have, and I'm helping with that too. Basically anything that I can get involved with Sawyerville, I've been trying to. So I love this ministry. It really is it's not a one-way transaction. I think that some of the interns and some of the kids I've formed relationships that I still cherish and that I'll keep for the rest of my life. So I'm really thankful.
She also does like most of the social media. If you ever see anything on Instagram or Facebook, it's because of Carrie right here. So thank you so much.
Are there any questions?
How did you get the name Sir? How did they get the name Sir?
Sawyerville. How did you get the name Sawyerville?
So back in 1993, a couple of clergy, Rob Morpeth was one of them, saw that the kids didn't have anything to do around camp, so he put up flyers around the Sawyerville area.
Oh,
And he just thought that it was going to be like a couple of kids, and it turned out to be 75 kids. So the very first few years that camp was running, we had it at the Sawyerville Head Start Center, and then we outgrew that space and moved to Greensboro. But as kind of like an ode to where it began, we kept the name Sawyerville. Catesby.
What goes on at Sawyerville during the year when there's ice on the camp?
During the year, yes, that's a great question. We have developed more year-round programming, so our mentoring program runs like a school year, so we start in August and then we end in April or May. And our person-to-person retreat, that happens over Martin Luther King weekend, and Brianna Mitchell, who is the assistant director, she was unable to be here today. She coordinates person-to-person as well as our summer learning program. And she just created a fellowship that Carrie is involved in, and so they meet, I think, bi-weekly. And they'll go on some field trips and have, like, I think you're studying a book right now, just to try and carry on race relations throughout the year. And then we have a scholarship program, but that's not really, I guess you wouldn't really call that a program. So yeah, and then there's a lot of fundraising and raising awareness of our programs. Yes?
Did you initiate the scholarship program? How is that funded? How many scholarships are awarded and how do you go through that process?
Yes, so Leslie Manning was the director, and one of her goals was to create like an endowment for our scholarship program. And so right when she, I think right before she left, we had a big fundraiser to raise funds for that. And so we did that for a few years, but the department decided to, instead of just fundraising for each program individually, when we write grants or ask for donations from parishes, we put it into our operating fund, and then we decide to take, I think this year we decided to take 5% of our operating funds and put it into our scholarship account. This past year, we awarded 15 recipients, and they each got about $750 each. So our goal one day is to, as you probably all know, I think college is very, very expensive, and so I think $750 might have covered maybe a semester's worth of books. So our goal is to be able to provide more substantial gifts to our recipients. Any other questions? No? Yes.
I'm somewhat curious about storm damage that happened this past year and how it might have affected a bunch of the kids and everything.
Yeah, anytime I hear of any storms, which happens like all the time, I feel like the west side of Alabama gets hit so hard. I call all of my people or text them, and we did have several families that attend our programs that were affected. And so I think what we do is we get on social media and we ask for donations. And so this past time we received donations, and we've helped offset some costs for the hotels that these people are staying at. And then we're doing some long-term goals or long-term relief work with them and with like American Red Cross and whatnot to help build back some of the homes that were damaged or the roofs. So like I said, it's not just a summer camp. I care about those people so much, and we're always in relationship and communication with them. I think my goal one day, like if someone gave me like $1 million today, I would want to build like a shelter for them, because I don't think a lot of them have anywhere to go during these storms. So yeah.
How long have you been the director?
I've been the director since 2016, but before that, I actually staffed when I was in high school. I grew up in Birmingham. I went to All Saints Church in Homewood, and Susanna Whitsitt was the director way back then, and she was my youth minister. So I volunteered when I was in high school, and then I went away for college, and then I came back and have been involved with Sawyerville ever since 2008. So yeah.
Well, if there are no more questions, I think give them both a big hand. Thank you so much. Thank you both for making the trip here today, and I'm going to invite you all back next week for our next speaker is our new assisting bishop. Brian Pryor will be here next week, so I hope you'll join us again next week for that. But thank you, Crystal and Carrie. Appreciate it.
Thank you.